Hello and welcome to the Thoughts on Wrestling podcast. Oh, the podcast that appears every so often, once in a while, when we want to talk about stuff. I'm Bobby, also known as Rob, depending on the circle. I'm joined, as ever, by our Wrestling Encyclopedia, the fountain of all wrestling knowledge. Ask him any question, he'll get it right, 100% guaranteed, or he'll buy you a pint at the bar. It's Dan. Dan, how are you, sir?
I'm not bad. So we're the Brock Lesnar of wrestling podcasts. We show up every once in a while.
And no one really wants us to be there? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's us. With a Brock Lesnar of podcasts. Apart from we don't get any of the booking decisions or the money. And yeah. Anyway, after that excellent opening, I'm going to rate that opening a perfect 10. We're here again. Surprise, surprise. Hello, Sarabat in chat. How the hell are you, sir? We're here again to talk about NXT. Basically, the only thing that gets us out of bed to do a podcast these days. And it was, of course, NXT Los Angeles, better known as NXT War Games, the second ever NXT War Games since it was brought out of WCW hibernation last year. Now, Dan, I'm going to hit you with some shocking facts really quickly off the bat so that everyone knows how much of a loser in terms of wrestling I am, because, got to be honest with you, I didn't watch last year's War Games.
Ah, okay.
It's the only NXT pay-per-view I haven't seen.
God, you're missing. You miss good ones, man.
I know.
That was a good show last year.
It was in my I simply don't want to know about wrestling phase. I'd cancelled my network subscription, and I was like, no, you know what? I'm done. I'm out of here. My enjoyment of wrestling is a thing of the past. I'm out. Fuck you all. And then obviously, it dragged me back in, as it always does. A siren calling a ship into the rocks to the shipwreck that is wrestling. So I'm going to throw to you quite a lot, especially during the War Games match, for comparisons of last year's. Last year's, of course, was a 3-team War Games match. This year, it's just 2 teams, straight up. I was going to say 1-on-1, but 4v4, technically. So we'll go to that anyway. But we'll start with the usual question. Wrestling Encyclopedia Dan, what was your opinions on this NXT Takeover extravaganza?
I really enjoyed this. I'm trying to decide whether this or Takeover New Orleans was the best show of this year. I don't know yet. I might have to watch them back to back. But I very much enjoyed the show. I was ready. This show I was ready for when the bill came. And obviously, with every takeover, I'm never disappointed. So, again, well done to Triple H and his crew.
They never cease to disappoint for a takeover, no matter what the card. They pull out all the stops. And I saw someone on Twitter. I think it might have been X-Pac, actually. I'm not gonna lie, I might be quoting X-Pac here, and he was basically saying NXT takeovers are always brilliant, and they either match the previous event or top it. And
yeah, I can agree with that.
I mean, there's probably a takeover in there somewhere that's maybe wasn't quite as good as the one before, but as a general rule, NXT takeovers are fantastic. I think you can just say that. Dan, quick pop quiz. How many NXT takeovers have there been?
Oh God.
I've just counted them on the Wikipedia page.
I'm going to say 18.
Oh, very close. If you'd given yourself another year, you'd have been right. 22.
Nah. Okay.
The first 5, of course, were at Full Sail only, and started to hit the billy big time, as I like to say. Favorite NXT Takeover?
Maybe I think Dallas. When we went to.
Oh, Dallas was good. Dallas was good. Which was the one with? I say this every single time. Which was the one with Brooklyn? One with Pete Dunne versus Tyler Bate on it. Because that had that.
That was the first Chicago show.
Was it the first Chicago show?
Yeah, last year. Yeah, last year. Yeah, that had Dunne and Bate for the UK title, and that's when Tommaso Ciampa turned heel.
Yeah, that was really good. That was when their tag team matches were they just had like a six matches in a row where the tag team matches were like match of the night contenders, and it was absolutely ridiculous. Oh, I'm just looking back at this. Drew McIntyre in the third match, not even on the show, pre-show of the first Chicago, defeating Wesley Blake.
Wow.
There's a bit of fun trivia for you. Anyway, I should really stop looking at Wikipedia and start talking about the actual show. So you really liked it. I obviously really liked it. Can people in chat give us a thumbs up and thumbs down? We've got Undead there as well. I see you there. I hope you're well, sir. Yeah. Excellent show, in my opinion. Very fun. I probably will have to go back and watch the original War Games now. To be honest with you. Although, Dan, I'm going to hit you with some more stunning facts and unpopular opinions. I don't like, while I know they're necessary, I don't like there being two rings next to each other.
That's
really,
that's
really
the whole point.
I know. No. I get it. For that one match, it's good, right? It makes sense. But for an entire show, it really bugs me. I'm like, why is there an extra ring in the way? And I feel sorry for the people in the crowd because they've got the main ring, which is in the main ring position next to the commentators, and then they've got the extra bonus ring, which is where I guess where the entrance ramp would be slightly. And people down that end, they've got shit views. All I'm saying is, I'd be annoyed if I was plonked there. That's what I'm saying.
I guess, yeah. I mean, they should have utilised both rings. God, imagine. Yeah, and imagine how other people felt when WCW did the 3-ring 60-man battle royal.
Oh Jesus! I tell you what, I rewatched the podcast of that by OSW, and even though they try really hard to break down what's going on, it's still an absolute clusterfuck. So
yeah,
imagine trying to watch that. Holy shit, disaster zone. We've got a review in from chat. Sarabat says the show was fantastic, other than the women's title match, but that's mainly because his favorite fortunately didn't win. But we'll get to that. So let's start. We'll start with the first match, which is the women's Hold Your Horses.
Whoa, hang on.
Matt Riddle's coming out first, everybody. Shock horror. So apparently there was some stuff on the pre-show. I didn't see it. But Matt Riddle comes out and says, "Oh, I'm not booked, but I'm such a bro. I'm going to challenge Cassius Ohno to a match anyway." Ohno's like, "Absolutely. I'll knock you out." But instead, big knee to the face. 1, 2, 3. Match is over. Dan, can you give me a full 30-minute recap of this one-move match, please? Go.
So basically, Matt Riddle walked with his left foot, then his right foot, then his left foot, then his right foot to the corner.
Right, yeah.
He slowly put the mic down.
Yeah.
Bell rang.
Yeah.
And I can't stretch this out any further.
No, you haven't even got him turning around yet. This is perfect.
Okay, so he turns right. He turns, 45 degrees, 90 degrees. He then starts a jog.
It's a 180 if he's turning around, by the way, for the record.
I'm very tired. We're not getting to it.
Okay, sorry, continue. He's turned around.
He's turned around. He's made a leap. And a knee connects to the jaw. Ohno's down. Riddle covers him.
Yeah.
It's a slow 1. It's a slow 2. It's a slow 3.
Bam.
And I can't stretch it any further.
Just like that. That was perfect. That's a good couple of minutes we've just covered there. That's perfect, mate. Well done indeed.
Matt Riddle seems to have a habit of knocking people out in 6 seconds.
He does. It's definitely a character trait he's brought over with him from other shows. Of course, I remember from the Progress tournament last year when he knocked out Trent Seven in a similar fashion. And Trent Seven went stiff as a board and just timbered down and lost. After cutting a pretty funny promo about how great he was and how he's going to get his own WWE sticker album. And at this point, I'd just like to remind WWE that the more Trent Seven, the better. If we could just get like Trent Seven on every show, that would be fantastic. Thank you so much.
Now, I'm guessing you haven't been watching the UK NXT shows.
Well, you'd be 100% accurate there because, as I've said many times before, there was one reason I stopped watching wrestling, and that's because I got wrestling fatigue. There was too much wrestling going on, which is why I effectively only watched NXT pay-per-views. But have you been watching it?
I have, but I need to do a massive catch-up because they started doing 2 episodes a week. I was like, this is getting a bit... Yeah, because they got so much taped, and then I think because of that Evolution pay-per-view, they realized, shit, we haven't aired the women's tournament yet, so we need to get that out of the way. So yeah, 2 a week now.
Fuck's sake, that's the problem. Too much going on.
There is so much.
There's too much wrestling. Is it any good though? Like, despite the fact there's too much of it, in my opinion.
I mean, it's easy to watch. It's only an hour, and if you're on in the background and something like that, you could, or doing something, or just if you like just good okay wrestling, then yeah, it's good.
If you like good okay wrestling.
Well, it's not going to be like any like the UK indies. I mean, Pete Dunne's had 2 good title matches on there with Noam Dar and Danny Burch.
Oh, okay,
but that's really only it though. It's like everyone else it's like normal WWE style wrestling.
Yeah, you see, you want it to be something.
I mean, it's still good. But
I'll have to give it a watch before I judge it. Yeah, it just might take me a while to get around to it. I'm still bitter about the fact that they charged me so much money for the Royal Albert Hall to then be empty. Silly bastards.
Well, they might be doing takeovers soon, so we may have to attend one of those.
Well, if they bring Takeover back again, I'll come watch it. 100%, of course, I'll come watch it. Because the last time they did a takeover in London, it was amazing.
That it was.
And also, you have to take what you get, because we're not getting a proper WWE show. Although, in fairness, I'd rather see a takeover. Anyway, we've digressed slightly. Let's talk about Matt Riddle's debut. What do you reckon? Did it work for you?
Technically, it wasn't his debut.
It was his takeover debut.
Debut. Oh yeah, his debut.
So what do you reckon of his debut?
He must have been high. He must have been high out there. Sorry. Yes. Well, 6 seconds. What the hell? How the hell are you supposed to judge someone on 6 seconds?
Well, do you like I suppose the question is, do you like the fact that he came out and squashed old Cassius?
Yeah, I did.
Are you a bit bored of Cassius existing?
To be honest, I've hardly noticed Cassius. So
yeah,
I forgot that.
I don't know what he's doing on TV, obviously, because I don't watch it, because I'm a terrible wrestling fan who...
Well, he just comes up to Matt Riddle and says, well, you're the new person. I'm the old person.
Not that old. He's only just got back.
He's been wrestling for 20 years, I think.
Oh, as in longevity. I thought it was meant like an NXT kind of thing. Sorry.
No.
I was like, you only just got here last week. What are you talking about? Okay. So, you like it. I'm like, cool, Matt Riddle. I don't really like the fact he says bro. I'm completely honest with you. No, I'm not a fan of the word bro.
That's his whole gimmick.
I know. It's not working for me. Like,
Did you like his Kill Bill attire?
No, I didn't. You know who someone I'm going to go on a tangent for a second. You know who WWE should have signed instead of Matt Riddle? I'm not saying they shouldn't have signed Matt Riddle, because he's obviously a great worker. I just don't like the fact he says bro all the time. You know who they should sign? Jeff Cobb.
Big Jeff Cobb is in Ring of Honor now, so...
Is he? Oh, sweet.
He is. He's the television champion. So...
Is he?
He is, yes.
What the fuck? Man, I'm not paying any attention to wrestling. I should pay more attention to wrestling. Basically,
Keep up, man.
my intake of wrestling at the moment is NXT and being the elite. That's all I know.
Did you read about David Arquette in a death match the other night?
Oh yeah, I saw some pictures of that on the old tweeters.
I haven't watched the video yet. I need to get around to this, but I've heard some fucking This is a crazy year.
He got hit over the head with one of those lighting tubes.
He gave Nick Gage the diamond cutter through light tubes,
and that's the other bit I've seen. So
and then apparently they went to a shoot fight at the last second because I had no idea what the fuck happened.
Well, you know what? It's not indie wrestling without a shoot fight.
Especially with a former convict.
Are they more likely to have shoot fights? I don't know. We've got some comments in the chat. Tyler Bate was on form in the last NXT UK match, actually. And then Sarabat goes on to say, Riddle can piss off. He's the definition of annoying. So immediately we've got some cross appreciation, if that's the way of putting it. The mixed results, mixed reviews on Matt Riddle. You'll come to like him, Sarabat, if not just for his wrestling style. Maybe just mute him when he says bro a lot. That's my official. Dan, do you have anything else to say on this 6-second match?
No, bro.
No, bro. Okay, let's go on to the match. This is the reason why the chat's a bit salty at the moment. Because Kairi Sane had a rematch. Shayla Baszler. Having the record shortest title run, older Kairi Sane. A title run so short, I forgot she had the title for a while. Until they reminded me. Just again.
Now, did you see the Evolution pay-per-view?
No. So
okay,
did it happen on that? Is that why I don't know about it?
Yeah, that's what.
Oh
that's
god, I'm just the worst wrestling fan.
You should watch the Evolution pay-per-view. It's actually a really good show.
Yeah, but I was in Belgium at the time, and now it's in the past. And
just watch it, especially just for Charlotte and Becky.
Can I give another quick sidetrack? There's 2 pieces of food. 3 pieces of food that I recommend everyone tries when they're in Belgium. One...
I'm actually going next year, so...
well, take note. One is a Flemish stew. I'm told it's pronounced stroofvlees, but it's probably wrong. But it's basically a lovely beef stew. They serve it with fries, and it's just one of the tastiest things you'll ever have. The second thing is something to avoid. It's called a Ghent nose. It's basically going to give you diabetes, but it's not even going to taste good. It's basically a small triangle, rounded triangle, pyramid thing. I can't remember the shape of it, but it's horrible. Don't try them. And then the other one is a Bicky burger, which is a deep fried burger served with crispy fried onions, a gherkin, and 3 sauces. You've got a ketchup, like a Brit sauce mayonnaise, and some hot sauce. It's really tasty. Do you want to know what the burger's made of?
Go ahead.
I really recommend you try this. This is not me joking. It's delicious. It's got 3 meats in it. Chicken. I think it's chicken, pork, and horse. And
well, we've probably been eating horse meat when all
absolutely
that
delicious
shenanigans
happen.
So probably used to it. So I'll give it. If I remember, I'll give it a try next year.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. Anyway, sorry about that tangent, everybody. That's my free foods to try or avoid in Belgium.
Speaking of free, let's talk about free falls that happened.
A 2 out of 3 falls match. Well done, sir. What a smooth and seamless transition. Okay, so Kairi Sane had the World Shortest title run, and I tell you what, Dan. What did you think of this match?
It was good. I thought it was quite short though, which
bit rushed.
Because that was why I thought because there was originally 4 match advertised. I'm thinking this War Games was going to get loads of time, but yeah, very short, which was I didn't understand that, but I still very much enjoyed this. I think I do like both of the girls. They are really good. Shayna Baszler's definitely improving every time you see her, and still has probably one of the best entrance music ever. I do like that. It's a banging song, and yeah, you know, it's good. It's a good. I don't know what the hell you do next after this, but
Well, I heard that they were gearing up to eventually have a horsewomen versus horsewomen match. Main roster, but that's long-term booking.
well, after last night's show, that might be
Closer than
nearly
you
there.
think.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought this was a good match. I'll start with my negative. I hate it when WWE get people to dress up in silly costumes. Like, Kairi Sane doesn't need to come out of a ship's wheel every time she comes out. Come on, stop it. You look ridiculous. Knock it off. You're not Paul Burchill, all right?
When she was a champ, she had a treasure chest and had the belt in there.
Well, that's quite cool, actually. You know what? I've changed my mind entirely. I've done a full 180 and changed my decision. I'm going the other way now. Yeah, this match was rushed, in my opinion. I don't know why, because the first match was 6 seconds long. I mean, I know the main event was long, but they've had long main events before as well. The first fall in particular happened like within seconds, it felt like. Baszler takes the lead due to interference from her buddies. It goes 1-0 up. And then shortly after that, it kind of all breaks down and, you know, more interference from everyone, basically. Everyone and their nan comes out. It's one of those matches. I'm surprised DX and the New World Order didn't come out at one point.
All I'm going to say is we need more Dakota Kai.
Yeah?
I'm a fan.
I heard that she was smashing Seth Rollins at League of Legends.
She did.
Fact, I'm pretty sure they advertised it in this pay-per-view. I'm pretty sure that's how I know it.
Yes, they did. They showed the video of it. So she is unofficially the new Kingslayer.
New Kingslayer, absolutely. I didn't know that was a crown you could take by beating someone who isn't a king, but that's fine. Okay, props again. I always have to do this. Take a quick side out. Props to Kairi Sane's ridiculous, insane elbow.
I love that move.
It's so good.
And Io Shirai's damn good moonsault.
Oh yeah, that was a lovely move. That was a lovely move. I mean, why couldn't she and Kota come out at the same time instead of one after another? They would probably be more of effective taking out the baddies, but you know what? One after each other, like mindless minions. That's fine, no worries. It's me complaining about random things. So when it's all breaking down, got distraction. Sane's gone for an elbow, but she gets pushed off. Long pause of about 2 minutes while epic moonsaults are done and stuff, and then she goes for another elbow drop, and I'm sitting there going, it's been way too long. It's been like 6 years since she last did a move. There's no way Baszler's not going to reverse this, and immediately she reverses it. Quick pin, 1, 2, 3. That's the match. Sarabat is incredibly salty about it. But you tell you what I'm salty about, Dan. Did you notice this? Did you notice that during the pin, Sane got a shoulder up?
I did notice this.
Absolutely fucking rocked.
So
I'm fuming about that. I'll tell you that.
I better see some more investigating to this situation on TV.
You can't. The bloody ref, blind as a bat. He shouldn't be refereeing at all. I mean, that was quite clearly. He was in the perfect position. Where's VAR when you need it? That's what you need. Get VAR out. No, but seriously, it's just booking, really, isn't it? It's just it was a mistake. They probably won't mention it unless the internet really kicks up a fuss.
Which I doubt.
Overall, it's like you said at the start of this little segment. It was a good match, but really short, and I thought it was quite rushed.
Yep, I hardly agree.
So, yeah, I don't know how Baszler's gone from dominating everybody single-handedly to needing 2 friends to help her win a single match. in someone in cosplay, but never mind. We'll ignore that. Anything you want to add?
Nope. That's it.
Mashing. Right. Gargano.
Let's move on. Let's move on to one of the best matches I've seen this weekend.
One of the best matches you've seen, ... this weekend. You had to pull it back in there. You overstepped the mark, didn't you? Like, best match ever for a second. And you're like,
yeah, I was going to say best match ever. I was like,
no,
hang on, no, I've seen better.
So, run us through the build-up to this match between Johnny Gargano and Aleister. I wear spiky jackets black.
Well, Rob, what happened was there was a mystery during the summer, which you sort of knew about since we did review the Takeover in August.
I did, yes.
Basically, Aleister Black was attacked in a parking lot
by Kevin Owens. No.
Well, no. He did not attack Hideo Itami. I don't know who the fuck did. That's still a mystery.
Hideo Itami attacked himself, guaranteed.
Yeah, he fell over and hurt his shoulder.
Claimed he got attacked.
Just like Aleister Black, he fell on a banana and hurt himself.
Comedy fall.
Whoa. Yes. Yes, so throughout the summer, people were wondering who attacked Aleister Black. Blah, blah, blah. So Johnny Gargano faced. It was originally supposed to be a freeway at Takeover Brooklyn.
Yeah.
It now went to Gargano and Ciampa, which Gargano lost because he's an idiot.
Yeah. I'm still annoyed by that. He basically defeated himself by kicking Ciampa off the stage into a standing position while flinging himself onto a table full of boxes, which he was unable to stand up from. Classic good guy beats himself.
That is very true. So Nikki Cross actually knew who attacked her. I can't remember. I swear I heard she was on the roof of a bloody truck or something, and she watched it happen.
Yeah, she's had a bird's eye view. They kept mentioning.
Yes, so Aleister Black came back. Nikki Cross told her. Aleister Black lost his shit. Went after William Regal, asked him where he was, and Johnny Gargano super kicks him and says he's right here. Now, I thought this was going to be a swerve, because before they did the angle, Aleister Black hit Gargano with the Black Mass, and I thought that was in retaliation to that. But then we do find out through a phone video of Johnny Gargano basically saying that he was on the attack Aleister Black.
I admit it. I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
Oh, and also Candice LeRae's involved in this as well because there's a husband and she's feuded with Nikki Cross as well.
Oh,
so yes, this has led us to this match, and I'm very glad it did because this was amazing.
Before we get into the match, are you happy with the fact that Johnny Gargano's a bit unhinged and effectively turned heel?
Well, I was more confused at first when it all happened, but then after seeing him come out and being one of those people where he thinks he's done right, but the people hate him, and he's still.
During his entrance, he was still acting as if the fans were full on cheering him.
I laughed at that, and I was like, "Okay, I do like this, so this is good." But well, it's weird. He's the ultimate babyface, but I don't know. I don't know what you do with him now after this.
Ultimate babyfaces always make the best heels.
That is true. Yes.
Once that switcheroo happens, there's a lot of anger. I thought he played the baddie well throughout. To be honest, he got all of the fans against him basically with his trash talking and he's a bit mental. He's talking about at one point he was trying to get Black to tap out, and he was just shouting at him, "Tap out, so I'll be the hero," over and over again. Which just shows how much he's lost it since his feud, and the fact that he basically lost how many matches in a row? 3 matches or something stupid.
A lot.
Yeah, he's basically a losing machine at the moment. Yeah, so I'm not gonna lie, I was still supporting Johnny Gargano throughout this match because I still prefer him to Aleister Black. Basically, because Aleister Black has a spooky jacket that has horns on it and everything. And I was like, gee whiz, he's a pretty cool guy. But also, he has electric, like battery powered candles during his entrance. And I was like, oh, anyone who's been to IKEA and bought that many battery powered candles doesn't deserve to be cheered by me. So I was firmly in Johnny Gargano's corner the entire match. Can't stop me, Dan. I've made my choice.
No, Rob. This is why you're wrong. You don't base a guy on candles, for God's sake.
Of course I do. What else am I going to base it on?
You base him on his silver trunks.
So I should be booing him because of his trunks?
No.
I should be cheering him because of his trunks?
Yes.
Mm.
He's finally got rid of the black.
Yeah.
They're just putting Aleister silver.
Character there, but I don't know who he is anymore. He's Aleister Black, not Aleister Silver.
Basically, he's a motherfucking badass who'll kick you in the face.
Oh yeah, he'd absolutely.
And I like that. We need more of that.
He'd kick my jaw into another dimension if he had the chance. I'm sure. There's nothing I can do about that. Right, yeah. This match, a lot of fun. Loads of shades of the previous Ciampa feud. Gargano begging for forgiveness, and then like trying to attack again afterwards, stuff like that. And just as you'd expect by both of these guys, it was a pretty nuts match in general. Loads of reversals and like scouting of their moves. At one point, Aleister Black's doing his patented jump off the ropes, lion salt into a sit down pose, where he's like, "Oh, I'm well cool. Look at me, I've just done a sit down pose." But Gargano's just run round. He's done a Baron Corbin, is what he's done. He's run round the ring, jumped in from the other angle, and he just kicks him in the head. So, I think it's good that Gargano's learning from the best, personally. What did you think of the actual match, Dan?
I thought it was really, really, really good. I really enjoyed this a lot. Yeah, some good spots, some fucking hard hitting stuff as well. My God.
Oh yeah, some of those kicks sounded like they literally kicked. But
and I love the spot where Gargano died to the outside and Black just hit him with a running knee.
Oh, and he just flops down.
Yeah,
oh, absolutely brutal. Yeah,
perfect. Yeah, and that first Black mass, that when you watch it back, my God, he like twats it right in the chin.
Oh, it sounded horrendous, and then he just like slumps into him. He can't even fall because Black basically blocks him, and at that point he absolves Gargano of all of his sins with a second Black mass to win the match. Where do you see Black going from here? Do you think he's gonna get that rematch against fellow beard aficionado Ciampa?
Gotta be. To be honest, I do think they actually might do the freeway now at the next takeover.
Oh yeah, so just it would kind of be like a heel, an almost heel, and then Aleister Black.
Yeah, but also you could also have like a sort of mini DIY reunion. If you see Ciampa's tweets saying like, "Oh, congratulations, Johnny! You finally realised your potential."
Oh, did he?
If you've seen those. Oh yeah. So after he reveals he was the one that he attacked Black, he was like, "Oh, well done! You finally realised." And it's like saying, "Oh, like DIY reunions," or I think it was something like that. Yeah. So he was been quite a good troll on Twitter. So.
He's talking like he's like the Emperor or something from Star Wars. Yes, excellent. Join the dark side and you'll have unlimited power.
That sounds like a mixture of the Emperor and Seth Rollins.
Well, all right. Maybe the only real decent wrestling impression I can do is Vince McMahon. But there's no reason to do that one on this one. Not here.
Fuck Vince McMahon.
Although, if we did do a podcast, which we won't, on Survivor Series, then
No, I can't sit.
I'm sure I'd do plenty.
I have to read those results. I can't sit through 6 hours of that.
Got those results. Just gonna take 2 seconds to say hi to Millwall and Leo in chat, by the way. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate. Awesome of you. Do you have anything else to say about this? What was just? I feel like we've glossed over it almost, but it was a really good, hard-hitting match. A few false finishes. I thought it was really good. I thought it was really good.
Definitely check it out.
Okay.
And that's my 2 cents.
And that's my 2 cents. Right, Dan, let us talk about my favorite wrestler. He's not my favorite wrestler, but I do like him. Velveteen Dream getting a chance one-on-one against Tommaso Ciampa for the NXT title.
Brother.
Brother, exactly. That's what I was going to talk about first. Velveteen Dream comes out dressed as Hollywood Hulk Hogan. What's your take on this? Hulk Hogan, of course, just back in the WWE with a glorious return to that much wanted show.
Do we need to talk about that?
Saudi Arabia. Well, I'm referencing it. Before you answer my question, though, thank you. I'm going to butcher your name. Monkey Anna Liaise 2004 for the host there. Appreciate it. Also, you said hi in chat. Hello, I hope you're well. Let us know what you thought of NXT War Games. Appreciate that, host. So, Dan, back to you. What did you think of Velveteen Dream dressing as Hulk Hogan? Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
It was right, wasn't it? was
I hyped that question up for like 2 minutes of talking. And then you're like, yeah, that's what he did it, didn't he? There he is.
Yeah. Well,
right, so
what you want to say?
You don't have strong
was it bad
opinions
than
either
his
way,
normal
basically.
Hulk Hogan dress a few months ago?
All right, fair enough. I saw some people insinuating that there was some drama on Twitter about it, but in his dress. But to be honest, I don't think it really gives a damn. Apparently, I completely mispronounced that name as well, but the overall review of NXT was that it was good. So apologies for the mispronunciation, but I am illiterate.
Got to take Rob.
Sorry, mate. Sorry, my friend. Ciampa, by the way, continues. Thank you for the follow. Ciampa continues to be just fantastic as well, in my opinion. He's been, well, to be fair, he's basically been brilliant since he started in NXT. And before then, obviously. Back when he got chokeslammed by The Undertaker, if you remember, back in 04 or whenever it was. That's when that was the peak of his career, if you ask me.
And well, first of all, 2005, get your facts right. I'm joking. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Is it actually 2005?
Yeah, do you know the reason why?
Well, he came out as a lawyer. What's your question? Is your question, do you want to know the reason why you know it's 2005? Or is the question...
No, I know. Because I saw it. I watched it recently because we watched a lot of 2005 stuff. But like, if you can guess the wrestler without googling it, who he was representing, you'll get a point.
Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I'd already googled it. I wanted to see a clip of it, and it does say under it that it was Hassan, although I can't remember his full name. So I'm going
Mohammed Hassan.
That was it, of course. So full disclosure, I could have just guessed and claimed that I was the fountain of all knowledge, but you are the wrestling encyclopedia. So
okay, I'll give you an extra point if you could tell me the reason why he becomes the lawyer.
It's an apology, isn't it, or something? But not really. No, that's that's Brian Kendrick, isn't it? When he comes out as a singing. What's the reason, Encyclopedia Dan?
Well, if I can remember it, because my brain's a bit fuzzy.
Well, you just said you did remember it.
Yeah, I have. I remember watching it, but I don't remember. I can't remember these. I think the exact reason was because do you remember the line of when Muhammad Hassan brought these masked men to attack the Undertaker,
Yeah.
and this happened a few days after the London bombings.
Oh yeah, and they had to edit stuff.
No, they didn't edit stuff. That was the thing.
Did they not? Oh dear.
No. So that I think it happened on. I think the bombings happened on the Tuesday. They taped it and then didn't even bother to edit it on a Thursday. I think it was. Yeah.
Ugh.
So they had 2 days to edit it and didn't even do it, and they aired it, and they got so much shit for it, and I think they got kicked off their network for it.
Really?
So yeah, that's a bit of a fun trivial fact for you there.
There's people in the website page that I'm on saying that he looks more like IRS than
He does.
so.
And it's weird seeing him with hair. It's just
Yeah.
it's very weird.
Yeah, it is a bit. Anyway, we've got sidetracked again. Anyway, basically, point is, Master Ciampa's well good, and he's really taken it up a notch since he became a heel against Gargano. He looks the part, he talks the part, he wrestles the part, and yeah, I think I'm really impressed by him.
He calls the NXT title Goldie, like it's a person.
Well, I'm fine with that. I mean, it's a little psychotic, but
For a psychotic man.
right? I mean, it's made of gold. It's accurate. It's probably not made of actual gold, but yeah, chat's agreeing with me. He's a good heel. See?
He is a very good
I know
heel.
what I'm talking about. Okay, right. So this match was, again, really good. Dan, hit me with your thoughts.
I thought it was really good as well. I did see a lot of people online saying that it was better than Gargano and Black, and I was like,
I wouldn't say that.
No.
And the reason I'd disagree with it being better than Gargano Black is because I went into this knowing, or at least heavily assuming, because you can never be quite sure in NXT, heavily assuming that it would be a good match, but Ciampa would win. However, with Gargano versus Black, I kind of thought that was more of anyone's game, because at the end of the day, Gargano's just turned heel-ish. Tweener, naughty tweener. So if there was ever going to be a 50-50 booking decision, you've got your reason there to not have a clean victory, but a dirty victory. So, which in general makes a match slightly more exciting, no matter how good it is. That's my personal opinion, but again, this match is really good. And everything I just said, there were a few false finishes that still got me.
oh yeah, I definitely.
There's one in particular that I'll talk about in a minute. Before you tell me the rest of your opinion, though, chat is saying, it's split 50-50. We've got a Gargano and... so it wasn't better than Gargano and Black. So Gargano and Black was the better match. And then we've got the exact opposite saying that Ciampa Dream was slightly better. So, and then we've also got Leo, who's not entirely sure who we're talking about at all, and is just a bit confused. So, fair play. Thanks, everyone. Right, yeah. Let it rip.
Oh no, like I said, I really enjoyed it. Really, especially in the last few minutes, were really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like those near falls, they were good. I did enjoy the bit where Morrow calls him like a SOB, and then he hears it and then throws his paperwork at him, and looks like he's going to hit him, and then Dream just hits a move on the. I think it's supposed to be on the exposed concrete, but it sort of missed and hit the mat. But yeah, and sucks to be him when he did the elbow drop off the top and then hit the floor and miss him.
Yeah, the Dream Valley Driver, as it's called, by Velveteen, is so crisp every time he does it. It's so smooth, like ridiculously smooth. Nuts. But yeah, so he does. We're going to jump straight to the end of the match, but there are loads of good points to talk about throughout. Mauro, actually, before we get into that, the whole throwing the paper at Mauro's just like spurting words out like really loudly next to him. Basically, yeah, just calling it like as if he was like 2 miles away from him, and they would never hear the words he was saying. But he's completely oblivious to the fact that Ciampa's right next to him. Like, yeah, if that was a real match, like if that was a UFC match, and the commentator was like in the ring at the time, for some reason, like with a live mic, and he was like criticizing somebody, yeah, I'm pretty sure they'd probably like kick off a bit as well. So it was pretty cool. But yeah, so two big false finishes, very close to the end. The first one is when Ciampa brings in the title. The ref like snatches it off him, and Dream ends up hitting I don't even know what the move's called, to be honest. But he ends up using the title belt as a landing pad, and the ref and him just stand there like staring at each other, going,
should that be a disqualification?
Well, that's the dilemma, is the referee assuming that Dream didn't know it was there, and he didn't bring it into play. Did he know it was there? Did he do it intentionally? Clearly, at that moment in time, the referee goes with his gut and does the pinfall. Ciampa kicks out, so no worries. However, for a brief second, you're right. I was like, oh my god, that's a DDT. A DDT? That's a DQ. What well, bit of a screwy finish out of nowhere, but makes both guys, it would work, and I wouldn't expect it. No, I would not expect it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the referee made a gut call there, and had Ciampa won, or lost rather, had Ciampa, my words are going all over the place, had Ciampa lost, then he'd have been like, where's my VAR, boys? Look at this. Does a move on the title, disqualification. That'd have been a big time storyline kicking off right there. And then of course the next false finish is the Dream Valley Driver on the outside, throws Ciampa in, big time elbow drop, kicks out. I was like, holy hell, if there was ever going to be a finish, it would be after that combo. Ciampa, after the kick out, finds himself like strung up on the lower rope, hanging out. Dream goes for another elbow drop. Ciampa moves. He's jumping onto the outside and he just splats on the floor. And eventually he gets his head DDT'd onto the metal strip between connecting the two rings, and it was vicious DDT as well. And Dream just sold it as if he was completely gone. Just completely. Sarahbat's asking me, when did Baron Corbin shave his head? About 3 months ago, I think. Is that accurate, Dan? When he became Constable Corbin?
Yeah, let's say yeah. I can't exactly remember.
All right, 3 months ago. There's your answer. Fact. Guaranteed fact. Yeah, no, this match was fun. The entire show was fun. I mean, I could honestly say this. I could go through it one by one and say, although Sarahbat would probably complain if I said the women's title match was just as good, but NXT has a standard that even when the matches aren't sensational, their average is so much higher than the average on most WWE pay-per-views from like the main brands and stuff. So
Yeah,
even
so
though you're not shouting and saying it's like the best match ever, it's like 6 stars. Match of the year candidate and stuff like that, best match in Takeover history. Their average is so much higher, and the quality of the wrestling, and the execution, and the storytelling, and the false finishes, and everything is just commentary. Even everything's so much better.
Yes, they do have their shit down.
They do. They really do. I mean, it's because I'll tell you why. I've said it before. I'll say it again. It's because they've got fewer people to focus on and less time to fill that are like, right, let's make this 10 out of 10. Instead of, holy shit, we've got 85 hours of TV to do this week. Let's make sure everything's a 5 out of 10 minimum. Basically, how I feel about the main roster shows. The women's title match was appalling, I'm being told. It wasn't appalling. Your favourite just lost. Oh dear. Do you have anything else to add about the NXT title run? Title run. That was my next question. Title match. I've got a question for you coming up.
Is it about a title run by any chance?
Yeah. It's basically how long do you see Ciampa holding the title for? Do you see him losing it at the next Pay-Per-View, Back to Black, perhaps, if that match happens? Or do you see him holding it for a lot longer?
Yeah, I was just gonna say WrestleMania weekend, but I do think it's gonna go to Rumble Takeover. He's losing, I think.
Rumble Takeover, and are you going for the triple threat prediction?
Sorry, what's that?
Are you going for the triple threat prediction of the Gargano, Ciampa, and Black match that was meant to be 2 takeovers ago?
Yeah, or a fatal 4-way with old Adam Cole, baby, because he needs that title on him ASAP.
I'd love that. To be fair, although if it's a trio, then they've got a lot of story tangled up there, and Adam Cole being put in there might be kind of an odd one out. I could see Adam Cole winning at WrestleMania weekend though.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well.
Whatever happens next happens, and Adam Cole steps in and fills the title picture. That's my prediction.
Okay, well, unfortunately, I will have to be out the room for 2 seconds. So if you can hold down the fort,
I'll hold down the fort. No problem at all. I've got this covered, everybody. So, in a minute, we're going to go on to the War Games match, which is the first. Like I said at the start of the show, I didn't watch last year's War, and I'm told I've missed out. But I'll get my rant out of the way now about. I've mentioned it again, but 2 rings is really annoying. Just everyone chill. You don't need 2 rings to have a good match. I get it, it's unique and different, but what's wrong with a simple elimination chamber match? You can tell it's a WCW idea, and I mean no real slant or shame on that. And I know Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, kind of half created it, and it's the current version's heavily inspired by it, but bit of a cluster, isn't it, really? Like, oh yeah, people start in the ring, and then more people join, 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 and then more people join.
And
then the match starts. Hey, welcome back. I was just ranting about how contrived some matches are, including this one, in fairness. And then only then, once everyone's in the ring, it starts. And you're like, holy shit. This was like 20 minutes before the match is actually going to start.
Now, are we talking about say War Games match?
We're talking about War Games. I was kind of ranting about rings again and how contrived rules are. But, you know, I like it at the same time, if I'm honest with you.
It's different. I like it.
It is different. I'm a bit annoyed that it's become a staple pay-per-view. And by that I mean that it's quite clearly going to be NXT's Survivor Series thing. I don't like it when gimmick matches become too regular. Like when Hell in a Cell has its own pay-per-view and you're like, I'd rather it be a crazy match stipulation used only when certain feuds get crazy enough for it. Having it wheeled out once a year, in 2 to 3 years' time, everyone will be going like, they've done it all now. We don't need War Games every year. So what I think they should do, and remember, this is me saying I liked the match, and I'm sure if I'd watched the previous years, I'd have liked that one too. All I'm saying is, don't go to the well too many times too frequently.
No, I do agree with you on that. They should take like a year or two off.
Yeah, and then bring it back, and then it'll be like, holy shit, they brought back War Games again. Undead saying that they don't watch NXT. You're making a terrible mistake there, Undead. I'm gonna let you know. Definitely watch NXT. It's the best show. Sarabat is letting him know, and they're also agreeing that there's a guy called. I'm not sure if they're laughing at the name Bobby Fish, but it's a pretty good name, mainly because he's called Bobby. But you say you gave up on NXT after the first few years. If you're talking about when it was a talent show almost, then yeah, I totally understand. But the last like 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, how long's it been now? Quite a while. This became like a proper show. They're definitely worth watching. The takeovers are sensational.
Basically, from June 2013 to now.
Yes, it's all brilliant.
Where it's at.
Every single one of them is brilliant. Cool. Right. Okay. Well, anyway, that's my mini rant about WWE maybe overdoing things as usual. That's my warning to them not to do it. But anyway, let's talk about the actual War Games match. You've got Undisputed Era, who won it last year, which the combination of Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong. Roderick Strong, the only other person in this match who was in War Games last year. He was against the Undisputed Era at the time, teaming with the Authors of Pain. Of course, how times change. And they, rather, are against the combination of the War Raiders, Ricochet, also known as Richard O'Shea, and my boy, Pete Dunne. And so they get themselves locked in shark cages, obviously, to start. Although, for once, they didn't get lifted off the floor. I thought this was going to be another merchandise selling opportunity, because you know how WWE likes to sell toys. And they really went hard on the shark cage gimmick for a while, didn't they?
They did, yes.
But no, they're going to keep them on the floor this time. And let people out one by one. Oddly enough, letting them all stay in the same cage. So if they really wanted to rush the referee, considering there's no DQ, I'm sure they could. The War Raiders come out wearing some ridiculous armor. I thought they looked stupid. Their war paint looks far better. That's what I'm saying. And then Dunne and Richard O'Shea also have war paint on as well. Fair play. Team unity, I guess.
So we got Richard O'Shea, Peter Dunne, as Kyle O'Reilly would say, Hanson Mbop, and row your boat.
Very good. So I guess that makes the War Raiders the team captains, if they're all dressing like the War Raiders. No,
I would think Ricochet's the captain, but they're just going for the war paint.
Maybe. I made a call early on in this match, saying that due to his injury, Peter Dunne would be the one to lose the match for the team. Obviously, those of you who know the finish, that's not how it finished. He ended up actually, winning it for the team. Him and a combination of Richard did a bitter end, and then what I think was a moonsault or a 450 or something.
It was a 450, but the camera didn't catch it.
They missed it entirely. It wasn't praised. Camera work we've ever seen. But yeah, the combination, and they both get the pin and stuff like that. So my prediction, horribly out of the window. But the story of the match was basically that the Undisputed Era are working really well as a team. They're a well-oiled machine. They've got plans. They've got tactics. They've got the upper hand, of course, because they won the rights to first entry. And then on the flip side, you've got the other team who are kind of squabbling about who's going to go and enter the ring next. Pete Dunne tries to enter, gets pulled back so that Hansen can get in, I think it is. And then again, he can't get in the second time. Rowe goes in. And then again, speaking of some brilliant strategy, Bobby Fish, that is, locks Peter Dunne in the cage. A brilliant move. But the refs do absolutely nothing. Surely it would be in the refs' right to like trying to push him away, going, hey, what you doing there, son? That's not allowed. Don't you think? Or are they only allowed... Do you reckon it's an insurance thing? Where refs... The WWE will only pay for certain insurance, and if the refs get physically involved themselves, they won't get paid money. Because I can't figure out the reason for why they would just let him lock Peter Dunne in the cage. Do nothing about it.
Well, Bobby Fish is a crazy man, so I doubt they want to get involved. And yeah, I mean, true, they probably health insurance. I don't think they get health insurance.
Chat are criticising me, but suggesting that it's just a silly story. I know it's just a silly story, but I like to think of kayfabe reasons for why things happen.
Well, what I would like to know
is justified.
He threw the key in the crowd. Why didn't none in the crowd gave the key back to the referee?
Well, clearly they were Undisputed Era fans.
Oh, that is true. Yes, they are very popular.
Yeah, they're very popular.
Also, what security? They could have got the key.
That's true. I mean, they did a pretty good job of removing other people from the crowd the next night, so I'm sure they could have found someone holding a key.
Yeah.
It didn't really affect it too much because they did the countdown.
Just fucking around.
They did the countdown, and like the ref opens up the first bolt and then shakes the other one, going, "Oh, I can't get out." And then it was only like 3 minutes later, and they let him out anyway. So it wasn't exactly like he was out of the match for donkeys. And then the second he got in there, he filled the ring with plunder, baby, and all of his teammates just recovered anyway. So, end of the day, great strategy, didn't quite work. Another fantastic moment, of course. This Nigel McGuinness marking out over the idea that Adam Cole has lured Ricochet up to the top so that he could push him out, so that their team would lose, was 10 out of 10. He got well excited by that idea. And then, of course, we get it's just like 45 minutes of spots, basically, becoming more and more ridiculous. I've talked for a little while there, Dan. Do you want to jump in and give a review?
Yes. So, to be honest, I need to watch these War Games back to back as well, because I don't know which one I prefer better. When I originally watched it, I thought this was actually better. I was like thinking about it, thinking, I don't know now. I need to watch them both. But I very enjoyed this match. A lot of people say it was quite long. I didn't find it long at all. I was invested in it every minute, every second of it. And I mean,
it was long. Cool... There's no two ways about it. It was a long
Yeah, of course. I think it was like 46 minutes. I think it was, and compared to last year, it was like 30 something minutes. I heard, but I did have no problem with it whatsoever. It never felt long to me. I was really getting into it.
No, I was enjoying it. I mean, what's not to like? You've got all of my favorite things. You've got great spots. You've got big power moves from the War Raiders. You've got ring psychology and smarmy hockey confidence from the Undisputed Era. You got Kyle O'Reilly pulling facial expressions. I mean,
Did you like Kyle O'Reilly egged down the chair?
I tell you what. My favorite thing. Yes, first of all, my favorite thing was when Kyle O'Reilly had which War Raider was it? Row your boat. He had him in a choke hold. He was trying to strangle him from behind, and the noises he was making was like if he was a duck trying to cough up like a piece of plastic it swallowed. He was just going. Nah.
There was a bit.
Right
there was a bit like when Pete Dunne like got his fingers and he was like shouting, "Roddy, Roddy, help!"
Yeah. Yeah, that was good too. Bobby Fish had a similar moment when he was in a submission. I think he had the ankle lock on him. And he was just like shouting, "Come on, help me!" And Adam Cole's like a beat away from him, just like looking at him effectively. Like, come on, Adam, get up, help your mate out, kick him in the head. Okay, another highlight was the refs tidying the ring after table spots.
First.
The crowd enjoyed that too because they were chanting "Thank you, ref" at one point. Because I think they were where the table was blocking their view from the people in the front row.
The front row, yeah.
What did you think of the ridiculous Tower of Doom spot? As contrived as it was, what did you think of it?
To be honest, it's like every other Tower of Doom spot. You see it every time.
You do. So not a fan then?
I mean, it was alright, but it's just come on with something new, guys. Come on. Tower of Doom spot. I've been seeing this since 2006.
Yeah, it is kind of like a right. So one person gets somebody in a ready for a suplex, and two people come up and do that, and then another person joins, and another person joins. Meanwhile, the people who are going to do their first move are like they've been standing there for 2 minutes, and you're like, why are they doing nothing? They know what's about to happen. They've seen enough wrestling before, right? I mean, everyone's going to get hurt, but no, they're a bit contrived, but fun all the same. Much like how it's a bit contrived that everyone kind of just stands in a mass huddle, not even attacking each other when someone's about to do a big jump off a cage or something. At least Adam Cole had the decency to be hit Hansen in the back a few times while they were all huddling around. Moments before, Rickard O'Shea does a simply outrageous moonsault 450, or is it a 630? How many is it?
Double moonsault.
Just nuts. I mean, he basically misses everyone, to be fair. But more importantly, doesn't die, which is good news. And it looks ridiculous. That man is a GIF generating machine. I think we can all.
God bless you, Richard O'Shea.
It was still mad. Yeah, I know it was still mad, chat. I know. I'm just saying he technically missed. I'm just a picky bastard. You gotta get used to it. And then so basically my review of this match is it's 45 minutes of cool visuals and ridiculous spots. Including they had this standoff where they somehow both ended up on either sides of each ring, and then they kind of like stood in the middle, facing each other, and then
I did like that very much.
Then they had a big punch off. I kind of, as I've already said, I thought Pete Dunne was going to be the one who lost the match for them. And when they got into the closing exchange, did you think the same? The closing exchange, by that I mean Adam Cole versus Pete Dunne.
No, I always knew that the good guys would win the match.
Yeah? How did you know this? Let us know your sweet secrets.
Well, I've got the inside scoops, brother.
Oh, shit.
I've got my man in the inside. Now I'm checking.
When you say brother, do you mean Hulk Hogan told you himself?
Yeah, Hulk Hogan. Did you not know that? He has an office job now.
Can't believe it. That's ridiculous. All right.
Spokesperson.
Well, chat saying that they thought Undisputed would win again. So I'm not the only one.
Come on, guys. Think about it. Think about this. They've been beating up everyone for like the past few months. The good guys had to get their revenge at some point.
That makes sense. Well, anyway, I was wrong. I admit it. Much to my delight, I'll admit, because I love Pete Dunne, as I said. So, yeah, kick out after a big shining wizard. Tell me it's a different. From Cole to Dunne, and then he goes for another one with the unprotected knee. Misses, switches into the bitter end, and then again out of nowhere that 450 flash from Richard O'Shea. Both of them pin at the same time, so they both beat Adam Cole, and then they have a nice little stare down moment of respect / suggestion that they'll have a match soon to end the show. What did you think, Dan, of the finish?
Yeah, I very much enjoyed the finish. So, yeah, so I do imagine that they're going to do another title versus title match again between Peter Dunne and Richard O'Shea. And yeah, I'm guessing the War Raiders now will go for the tag team titles and probably win those. And then Adam Cole hopefully goes to the NXT title and wins that.
That'd be very nice. Very nice indeed. Okay, cool. Well, that's more or less our review of the show. Dan, do you have any final thoughts about the show as a whole?
Again, just two thumbs up. Always good with Takeover.
Maximum thumbs up.
Damn right. So I'm buzzing for January's Takeover.
It'll be good. Basically what I said earlier. NXT is a standard above the rest. I don't think this is the best Takeover ever. I've been more invested in others. But yeah, a lot of fun to watch. Good times. The NXT brand is just so strong. And booked so well in comparison to everything else. And I too am looking forward to the next show. Even if I don't watch wrestling from here until then, I will still be watching for the next match. Just got chat reviewing points out of 7. I'm not going to do out of 7. I'm just going to say 2 thumbs up as well. Which technically implies the magic amount of thumbs up, but other shows do get more thumbs. 7 out of 10 is the review, though. 8 if Kairi Sane had won. Only an 8. Honestly, I'd suggest you put it at 10 out of 10 if Kairi Sane had won, but never mind. Excellent. Thank you very much for listening to us ramble. I really appreciate everyone hanging out and giving us your input, and also thanks for the follow and the host from I'm just going to call you Monkey because I butchered your name earlier. Dan, say goodbye, sir.
Goodbye, sir.
You sounded like you were talking to a teacher or something. That was amazing.
You are a teacher. You are my teacher. You're my life teacher.
I'm your life teacher. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, thanks very much, everyone. I've been Bobby, and this has been Dan, the Human Wrestling Encyclopedia, and we will be back in January for maybe two podcasts, because we might do Wrestle Kingdom as well. And then, of course, NXT. Maybe the Royal Rumble if we're feeling crazy enough. I don't know. January could be a busy time for us. Who knows? It depends on how we're feeling. Cool. Well, thank you very much. Appreciato, everybody. We will see you real soon. Farewell.
Bye.
Bye.